But no, both these people are outstanding citizens, clean records. Do a background check. You're not going to find anything too interesting.
I mean, you might find some sick spacey tech videos from KJH.
It's truly disgusting.
Who, you know, didn't quite open up this way on winner's side, but now over on losers, showed us quite the different beast.
Yeah. All right, so okay, I'm just trying to remember. I have such bad short-term memory. So we saw KJH for Zamu.
Yes.
That was at 3-0, right? Okay. So we're looking for improvement, basically.
Yes. And honestly, like, I think we're already seeing it. KJH is just playing a higher tempo, has clearly, I think, woken up a little bit, right? And is playing a lot warmer right now. We're just seeing higher APM.
Right. And some of it might just be a bit of a confidence boost, right? Like, you just played a bunch of losers matches. Presumably you won all of them fairly easily. I was
gonna say, I think actually, because it's top 24, they haven't played a losers match yet.
Never mind, I'm just lying here. Though.
Yeah, this is entirely off of you lost your set, you went over, and you just started grinding warm-ups.
What a challenge to be in the second phase of bracket and have 2 qualifiers in a row.
I was gonna say, I almost would rather be on like, I wouldn't, because I don't want to have that proverbial gun to my head. But like being able to warm up, trying to make the run through losers, versus having to deal with the pressure of top 8 of 2 qualifiers with no other warm-up sets is so different.
Right. Okay, so now I see how bracket. You're right. The bracket didn't play out that way. It really could be brutal for anyone who loses their winners qualifier and their losers qualifier back to back. Essentially being 0-2 and no longer being invited to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Like, you literally went through pools and then went 0-2 a couple hours later, and that's all she wrote. But that's the way brackets go sometimes. Suidt trying to find a way to stay into this one, trying to not be the guy who made it all the way through losers, just to end up going down like nothing. But KJH, I mean, he's woken up and he's here to play.
You can say that again. I'm just like, my brain is just turning on. So the Lions, I'm looking at KJH. Lions, football, Detroit, Michigan. Are they having a year?
They are having a year.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to sound stupid.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
And Lions are historically, I would say, to put it kindly, like an underdog team, right?
That's putting it kindly. They're historically, arguably, the worst team in the history of the NFL overall. One of the 2, probably with the Browns.
All right. Well, make sure KJH can't hear you, because it's not that far away.
It's okay. NFL history is something that we can talk about whenever we want, but right now is the only time we can talk about this happening in front of us.
That is valid.
Interesting drill there to reset to center stage, but works out for Suidt, at least for the moment. Unfortunately, the overextension after the fact means now it's KJH's turn to try and take him for a little loop. Not going to get too much more, though, in this back and forth. Just the advantage state, the percentage is racking up. If you don't find the stock, it's not going to matter, and Suidt hears me to do just that.
Right, and speaking of like Fox Tech that has been more popular over the last year, we saw it again, and I'm seeing it more. We saw a back throw in between the stadium platforms to keep KJH off of the platforms, avoiding like a slide-off situation, and got a ton of extra percent for it. What was that drop down shine?
Okay, beautiful coverage here. Not 1, 2. Just trying to lock you by the ledge, but Suidt doing such a good job fighting back for stage control, right? Not able to maintain it, not able to do too much more, but like really want to like draw emphasis to Suidt's ability to play out of the corner to at least get back to center stage has been very good.
Yeah, that was a beautiful sequence, just taking the entire stage back from KJH. Oh my god, that up air into down air is so brutal.
And that's right, like that's what we were used to seeing KJH do, but we really didn't see any of on winner's side. Suidt now just trying to make something happen.
All right, we're seeing very patient lasers, not trying to advance too much with it.
I don't mind this from KJH at all, but I do worry that like he'll get caught in the trap of playing not to lose rather than playing to win, right? However, with Falco, it does only take that one opening, so sometimes just rinsing and repeating these resets is exactly what you want to do KJH 2-0, 1 away from top 8 loser side. Cadence, is there anything we can see Suidt do here?
I don't know. Suidt was just smiling there, realizing how silly of a call out that was. Like, usually, at any point, side being kind of in the middle is never to be advised, but probably got caught under the pressure. I do want to see a momentum shift here, though. Ooh, clean.
Well, it might have to wait just a couple seconds, because KJH does not look like he wants to take a break from playing the video game.
No, it's funny because I think a lot of like the narrative around FD versus Fox versus Falco shifted a little bit. Where like, actually, this is probably fine for Fox. However, I'm pretty sure KJH is more than happy to be here again.
Great coverage, great pressure. Not going to find too much more though. Now though, on the next stock, KJH is trying to find the opening, trying to hold on to the center stage. And I love like his willingness to threaten lasers and then just literally stop pushing buttons, hold space, and say it dares Suidt to push a button.
Yeah, it's definitely putting the onus on Suidt here, and it's clearly working out. Oh my god, this combo.
Oh god.
There's like extra lasers in here that don't even matter.
Well, I think they do though, because they prevent the fast fall and they prevent the air dodge, right? Like
yeah.
they force you to kind of just sit there without pushing a button or commit to your double jump. And either way, that expenditure of resources is something that KJH can react to and then cover all the options afterwards.
Right, and I think there was a moment where the turnaround didn't happen, so maybe there was some genius to that sequence.
I think it's also just like playing your opponent, right? Where he's just playing a little slower and, you know, as a result, you know, you recognize, hey, I've been dropping some of my more technical stuff, so maybe just work in lasers, right? Work in my ability to do some of the things I'm going to have to do later in bracket, later tomorrow.